Robert Downey Jr. to play Dr. Doom. In the Avengers Doomsday movie, this is something strange. Are there any versions of Tony Stark become Dr. Doom in comics? Are there any stories in which Victor Von Doom becoming Iron Man? The answer is yes and yes. In order to learn about the story in which Tony Stark becomes Dr. Doom, we have to look at a story from What If. Its name is Iron Man, Demon in an Armor, and it was released in 2010. It also has Wata the Watcher observing other universes and seeing what-if scenarios. That is, what if the events that we saw in the main Marvel universe did not happen, and other events took place instead? In one of those stories we see the answer to the question, what if Tony Stark became Dr. Doom? The events of this story take place in the Earth 11029 universe. In this universe, we see Tony Stark still young while he was a student at a prestigious university. We discover that his roommate is a poor young man from the fictional country Latveria named Victor Von Doom. Although they both had a high level of intelligence, they did not accept each other at first. Victor did not like Tony's arrogant, playboy personality, while Tony mocked Victor's introverted, humorless personality. In addition, Victor envied Tony's wealth, while he lived poor in a poor family in a country whose condition was deteriorating. He worked hard to get a scholarship to that university. But because of the fellowship and because they were both distinguished students in their fields, over time they began to get closer to each other and become friends. Until one day Victor revealed to Tony that he was working on a machine that could give people supernatural abilities like telekinesis. He asked Tony for help because he alone would not be able to finish the machine before his scholarship ran out. The two worked for days on this dangerous project, and Tony even volunteered for them to test the machine on him. Unfortunately, here Victor Von Doom's treacherous nature appears, and we discover that this machine's goal is not to give people supernatural abilities, but rather its goal is to transfer Tony's consciousness to Victor's body, and to transfer Victor's consciousness to Tony's body. Victor planned it because he was greedy for Tony's money and the many resources he had, and wanted to use them to achieve his ambitions without financial restrictions. Victor Von Doom's plan worked, and now Victor is Tony Stark, the young millionaire. Tony has become imprisoned in the body of Victor, a poor young foreigner whose scholarship will not be renewed and who will have to return to his poor country. Tony has lost his memory. He no longer remembers anything from his previous life and believes that he is simply Victor Von Doom's. The real Victor in Tony's body has grown up with the wealth and power he never dreamed of. He also caused Tony Stark's father to be killed in order to dispose of all his property without restrictions. Victor, in the body of Tony Stark, founded a company to manufacture and sell weapons, seeking more power and wealth. On the other hand, Tony Stark, who is in the body of Victor Von Doom, fell into a spiral of depression and misery due to poverty and helplessness. But then he decided that he must refuse to give up, and for years he worked hard, studied, and sought scholarships. In the body of Victor Von Doom, Tony obtained his doctorate amid great respect from all his colleagues. Tony becomes Dr. Doom. Since then, Tony has made amazing discoveries and amassed enough patents to make him rich. He then used his wealth to improve conditions in Latveria, making it a more prosperous and freer country. Years pass and we see Victor in the body of Tony Stark, angry because the technology coming from the country of Latveria continues to outperform his company's technology. And Stark's company's profits are declining. Especially since Latveria is now testing a new power reactor that, if successful, will completely destroy Stark's position in the market. Here we discover that Victor Von Doom made Iron Man's suit, but its color is green, consistent with Dr. Doom's colors. He intended to sell it to the highest bidder, but now he decided to wear it himself and use it to destroy the reactor of the country of Latveria. We also discover that on the other hand, Tony Stark is in Latveria working on a rescue suit that looks exactly like Doom's suit, but is red and yellow like the well-known Iron Man suit. The aim is to use it to save people from any disasters. When Tony received news that there was an attack on his reactor, he decided to put on the suit himself and go to confront Iron Man. Unfortunately, Iron Man revealed to Dr. Doom that he had actually stolen all the data related to the reactor, and destroyed the Latveria reactor. Iron Man and Dr. Doom immediately entered into a battle together, and Dr. Doom was able to defeat Iron Man using his intelligence and the technology in his possession. Here Iron Man asked Dr. Doom to make a deal with him, and revealed to him that he was Tony Stark and that they had switched bodies. Victor Von Doom asked Tony to pardon him or put him in prison, and in return Tony Stark would be able to recover his real body and his real name. Here Tony told him that Tony Stark had become known for his greed, cruelty, and desperate pursuit of power. That's why he's not interested in getting his name back, and he tells him, "I'm proud to bear the name Victor Von Doom." Because the title of Dr. Doom is now associated in people's minds with honor. The story ends with a lesson: a person's actions determine his value, not his name, body, or wealth. This is the only story in the comics in which Tony Stark becomes Dr. Doom. There is a period in the comics during which Victor Von Doom became Iron Man. This is during the infamous Iron Man series that was released over the course of 2016 and 2017. At the end of the massive Secret Wars event that took place in 2015, Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, was able to obtain the infinite power of cosmic beings known as the Beyonders. Because all of the problems in the Secret War were caused by Dr. Doom, Reed decided to use his power to cure Victor Von Doom of the facial deformity he suffered from. Then he sent him back to the country of Latveria, which was ruled by Victor Von Doom at this time, all in the hope that Doom would become a better person. After a while, Victor actually began to feel that he had not yet achieved his goal in life. Even though he had achieved near-divine power during the events of the Secret Wars, he still felt like he had not achieved himself. Thus he concluded that if the pursuit of power was not the true purpose, perhaps the pursuit of goodness and peace would be what would make him feel self-actualized. Doom left his throne in Latveria and decided to prove his conversion to the side of good by becoming an ally of Iron Man, because he had always respected him and considered him an equal. Indeed, Dr. Doom helped Iron Man defeat the evil Madame Mask, and was also his ally during the Second Civil War between Iron Man and Captain Marvel. But at the end of that Civil War, Tony Stark fell into a coma. His fall was the spark that made Victor Von Doom decide that he must become a hero. Doom went to visit Tony Stark's laboratory, where he took the Iron Man suit and decided to wear it, take its title, and become Iron Man in Tony Stark's absence. Here Iron Man asked Dr. Doom to make a deal with him, and revealed to him that he was Tony Stark and that they had switched bodies. Victor Von Doom asked Tony to pardon him or put him in prison, and in return Tony Stark would be able to recover his real body and his real name. For a long time, Victor Von Doom shadowed Iron Man and fought several villains. And then for some reason he decided to return again to being the villain, Dr. Doom, with the events of the 6th volume of Fantastic Four. At the end of the video, if you like the video, make like and subscribe and tell us more ideas for videos in the comment section.